check it out, check it out. UGL7 in the house, yeah? Yo, so, there's this guy I've been watching for a while. Actually, let me turn up my mic just a little bit. Check, 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 check. My sound's looking a little louder. Okay, let me switch this over here, okay. Okay, Louis Rossman. He's actually someone who's actually, let's talk about how his activism started. He actually opened up a shop where he actually repairs motherboards. That's like that's the thing inside your computer that green card with all them little electronic things on it. He'll solder components back on and fix that shit up for you. And he's really good at it. So the thing is that's the kind of job where there's like a lot of different kind of boards coming in, a lot of different kind of problems, and you just got to get like experience at kind of like handling each one and recognizing the problems and stuff like that. So he's been doing it for a long time, and he also cleaned up the process of getting the parts, because before, like, you have to order them from China and you get the wrong quantity, or the things wouldn't be labeled correctly, and he just fixed it all up, and he made a good business for himself. He just kept making these free videos about repairing objects, and then this is the ill thing that happened, right? He has a long range plan, and for me, this is actually a very important thing, and this is why it's going to make my activism instruction series, because I myself, as a 20-30 year activist, I'm learning from this guy's and his technique. I have to say, somewhat, it makes a lot of sense, and I hope a lot of people pay attention. So this is his strategy towards getting right to repair, which is the thing is that his industry is being attacked. The manufacturers see a lot of money, right, as in terms of servicing parts, and they see a way to make money through that. Now, car companies, just so you know, they can't just have the car flip and die and then you have to buy a new one, because it's just too much. So the thing is that in the price of the car, when they lower the price of the car, one thing that they do in mind is they calculate in the cost of your expectation of coming in to get your car serviced, and they're making money on that at the dealership as part of the reason why they can lower the price. That's they really cut it down to that margin. So the thing is, though, when this gets applied to like handheld electronics like phones and stuff, Apple has been saying just buy a new phone, and this actually destroys. They actually have taken measures to prevent people from being able to repair their own phones. So this actually is destroying Lewis's industry, just from the ground up. Like, he just can't even operate anymore. So check this out, because this is, for me, really really eye-opening, right? I've been following for a while. I actually sent several emails to large YouTubers like Jimmy Dore, Kyle Kalinske. I said, look, this guy has something really he's saying. I think he needs some help, and he seems like he's on the cusp of something big right here, and he's been doing a lot of good work on it. Let's give him that push. The only person that covered it at all was Crystal Ball. I don't think that she covered it because I said so. If anything happened, me talking about probably lessened the chance of him getting covered, unfortunately. But he was still covered by that community, so I appreciate that, Crystal, either way, right? But his idea is that in order for you to really make the activism happen, more people have to be invested, more people have to get into repair. So he's really trying to like expand the audience of people the people who directly themselves want to repair objects, and he's trying to make this a bigger thing. So from that, by just having a larger base of people, a larger market of people that just are buying repair products and are demanding the ability to do what they want to do, the legislation will just automatically pass. So that's a deep concept, and I've gone onto his Discord and I've emailed him and stuff like that, and I'm sure a lot of people are trying to jump on his stuff and use him for clout and stuff like that. I've been around it for a while too, and so is he. So he's very respectful about the way that he attends to the situation. He just puts out a couple things here and there that you could help on, but he's very cautious about the way that he's allying with others, and he's deep in the game. He hires lobbyists, stuff like that, He understands what works and what doesn't. A lot of people say, oh, look at the ground, blah, blah, blah. Let's do the protest, blah, blah, blah. I've even suggested to him, right? Like, I'm willing to do protests outside of Apple Store to support the idea of right to repair. But I have to tell you, my man Lewis, another Lewis, right? The first guy at Force the Vote with me in the nation. You know, you saw me at the action at Julius Salazar's, and he said that specifically that direct action is the way to get things done, and this is actually the way you get things done with small forces, right? Really, Louis Rossman's is the more secure way, I think. You know, you have enough people in it that care about it. People have to care. That's the key. So it's a very interesting take. It's a different take. You know, he's building a ground, I guess. You know what I mean? He's doing the long, slow, hard work. And really, it's just very intelligent. I'm just a huge fan. So right now, you can see the title of the bill. It says, right to repair bill is passed the Senate, but it needs help to get through the Assembly. Okay? A lot of times they do this kind of, this bull crap where they even know in advance, right? We're going to pass it through here. We're going to make it look good. We'll even make this person a champion of the bill, right? But that person will be willing to sell out. But we're going to set up to fail later, and we can make this person a figurehead for the movement, right? There's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of money at stake. You cannot fucking put anything past these people. In fact, that's all these people have to think about. You know, millions of dollars at stake. Of course they're going to do this shit. There's no fucking question that they're not. So right here, right, this is, I'm going to do this myself right now. Okay. Now, I know who my assembly person is. It's, who is it? I don't know if it's still him. Okay. So, I'm going to fill this all out. I don't want to put all my stuff in here for everybody to see. But I will fill this out. Will I join the association for $10 a month? You know, Lewis does not really waste the money. I have to tell you the truth. You know, I mean, I'm really a big fan of that. Very effective. Yeah. Huge fan. Anyways, yeah, so there's some other YouTubers that are involved in activism or just like involved in political work that I actually watch and I'm interested in. I know not all of my allies will be happy about some of the people that I watch and, you know, how I understand their work. But, you know, that's just my understanding, so don't take it personal, yeah? I'm still a fan of yourself, yeah? I'm a fan of many people across a broad spectrum of different backgrounds and beliefs, right? Some people want to master their style of activism, but I like to learn all the styles. A little bit of everything, right? Anyways, anything else I could really talk about his work? Okay, so the thing is that, let me just say some of the checkmark things that he's accomplished that to me really kind of helped me to really give him credit for being the man that he is. So he's made multiple testimonies in front of Congress on this issue. He doesn't really blow it up because the press doesn't cover it and he doesn't complain about it at all. I think he just understands it's not going to happen. I complain about it like a motherfucker. I might just learn to suck it up like this guy. This guy's a fucking champ. He also has made key coalition with farmers in the Midwest that are also dealing with John Deere and stuff like that, and he's also involved on a pretty deep level, or maybe not so deep, but on like a critical level, right? Like he's flying over there and testifying to the right to repair and how it's impacting, impacting the community. And one thing that you guys should really pay attention to him is he's very appealing, right? He has actually 1.7 mil subscribers. He has a very he himself is not like, I'd say, like a supermodel. I'd say he seems autistic in some ways, like borderline autistic. He's ranty, but he's just honest. And even though the media does not support him at all, and even though Crystal Ball only covered him once, he's definitely been pretty solid for like the years and years and years that I've been following him. So, hey, big props, man, Louis Rossman. He's a fucking man. Don't make him too much of a hero, though. I think he accepts that he became big, but it's also because his contributions, and he really sticks to, is because of he understands what makes him useful, right? People like him because he makes the free videos on how to repair your own boards. And you know what? Board repair is really more important to know than ever because of all the different devices that use these boards. In fact, if our schools really, I think, really could and should be teaching this stuff. But just one thing, just so you know, there is actually lead inside of solder. So when you fucking start operating on these boards, you just got to make sure you ventilate well, and stuff like that, right? But yeah. So there's that. Anything else about board repair? You know, like scooters and stuff like that, right? Like those electric scooters, your stove, your phone. It might just be like there's something called a capacitor on there. Like it might just be this little itty bitty piece that costs like $5 to $20, right? Yeah. You just need to like, it's like hot gluing kind of like, right? Yeah. It's a little bit more than hot gluing, but basically like hot gluing, right? Yeah. You hot glue that shit onto like the little green board, and now your fucking device works again. I mean, that's a very handy skill to be able to have for a majority of your electronics around the house. And you're gonna have to have a little bit more stuff, right? A fucking multimeter and a little bit of knowledge. Watch these guys' videos and see if it's just interesting for you, anyways, right? Very interesting for him to. So the thing is that with public housing, right, we take a look at how I can apply these lessons to my own activism. And if we look at public housing, one of the real problems is getting the middle class involved because public housing does not affect them in a way, right? Unless we show up at my boys in the street. We have a saying, right? When we're street performing, we point to the streets and say, "This is our house," you know what I mean? But if you don't want us to end up in your house, then you know, fill up the bucket, right? Appreciate it. Anyways, yeah. So there's that. So who's Rossman right here? Take a look. So statesrepair.org, States, New York. Yeah. New York is the first state in the nation, right? Look at that. That's pretty cool, right? We've got to be louder than the lobbyists. He doesn't ask for people to protest. He asks them to write and call the state representatives. And the idea is, right, and to tell you the truth, I'm a street activist, right? Because the thing is that when you go to the street, you find other organizers that are desperate to make this happen. So they're committed. But really, this makes a big difference. And I've actually been involved in several activities like this. There's something called, okay. Notice that Lewis does not talk about this one program, which I actually am thinking about taking down because I'm not really sure how well this works. I have to, I wish I knew a lawmaker who was talking to me more. I'll get there. It's called ResistBot, right? This is a way that you can easily write your elected officials. You know, texting on your phone in under 2 minutes. That's the idea, right? So it's a pretty dope idea. But you can see that, you know, the amount of views and support that a program like this would get is much lower. This is actually funded by tax dollars, just so you know. Yeah, I'm gonna put this in the chat or the what is this? I gotta get the link. I'm gonna open up the Lewis Rossman Discord. Bam. Okay. I encourage you all to join. There's something called disboard.org, or you might be able to find his Discord on his show or something. Yeah. Anyways, I'm in here. General chat. Big props on getting the bill to. What's that from? They finish in the Senate, now they get to the Assembly, right? Senate to the Assembly, yeah. Through the Senate. Senate. I'm gonna get up my assembly person. For real. Now, Where's this spot? You know, let me just take out the link, because you know what, honestly, because I don't want to promote it. You know what I mean? Way to contact officials easily. But I would rather use the form ad. Yeah. Let me send them to, because you know what? First of all, people are capturing the information. It's worth money. Number one. Number two, because first of all, the software doesn't always work. For the repair org to have control of the information and delivery as much as possible. This is true, alright? Yeah. I'll say this paranoid, sound crazy shit, you know what I mean? But it's true though, you know what I mean? So, I'm a big fan. Congratulations. Anyways, so, look, I'm a big fan of this guy. There's some other activists that I'm going to talk about probably, maybe even later today, right? I have a lot of things I should be doing. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, so I also have some things. There's something let me share one more thing before I go. We took 10,000 signatures to Schumer's. That was a thing. I've also been involved with that. But that was a big. By the way, those 10,000 signatures, I have to give the full credit to that. It's not like I collected those individually at all. In fact, I had almost nothing to do with that, right? Comparatively, maybe 5 to 10, maybe, right? Yeah, it was me. But the Yang Gang really put that together. So, that's amazing. Anyways. What am I looking for now? Okay. Oh, the change.org. Okay, let's share that right quick. Now, the thing is that you might be able to, you know, depending on your polar influence, get a good number of people to consent, right? Forced pelvic and rectal exams. What? Without consent? 110,000 signers helped pass a law where people can't do forced pelvic and rectal exams without consent. Okay, so that's cool. Now you're in Connecticut and they say bend over and you're like, wait up. I heard about this. Libya's got this law now. Yeah, you're not allowed to do that. So, yeah, these things, you know, these petitions, if you get like, 110,000 people signing, that can definitely help. I have some things in here. Am I logged in? Oh, how's my petitions doing? Free Mr. Wilson, 21 people, 16 people, and 954. Wow. Okay. Oh, well. I also kind of stopped doing this, right? Yeah, I'll do this again, though, for the public housing. I'll make this available, right? Yeah. But once again, right, I like to keep it now on our own platforms now. Because once you put all the users into change.org, like who's getting a hold of all those names, right? I mean, it's good that they sign up, though. But it's better if you do it on your own platform. It's just for real. So, but if you don't have like your own platform, if you don't have web hosting and all that stuff, then this is actually a good tool to use. Change.org. Okay? So, I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. Thanks again for checking out another episode of DJ Elf 7.